Can we hear the 3070 story soon? So, for the people that have been here for the past 5 days, I ordered a 3070 on Friday. I ordered the Founders Edition, and it was estimated to arrive on Wednesday. But the next day, I got a message saying it would show up the next day after I'd order it. But they didn't deliver it. Instead, they just took a picture of my front door of my apartment complex and said we couldn't make it because, I don't know, they didn't want to call me. So, the next day, same thing happens. And then on the third day, I called them and I said, get him to fucking call me. And he didn't, so the woman said, oh, we'll do emergency super duper delivery tomorrow. He'll call you, right? So I'm yesterday was that day, and that was supposed to happen today. He was supposed to call me, right? So I set my alarm, so I will be so I'll be awake, and I went to sleep at some fucked up time, and I woke up at like 3 p.m, and I'm like, oh shit, I didn't get called, I didn't get anything, I must have slept through it. So I'm looking around and I'm like, where's my phone? I'm like, phone's not here. Phone should be here, everything's here. And I'm looking, and then I'm like, getting a bit panicky, because I had a dream that I was, like, I touched a window or something, so I'm like, that can't have happened. I sleepwalk every single night. For anyone that doesn't know, I sleepwalk every single night. I just wake up in a different room, but usually it's like really quick and I just go back to bed. And I did sleepwalk last night as well, because I remember waking up and I have two ways to turn my lights on, and one of them was pushed up and one of them was pushed down, so I knew that I'd been fucking around. Right? Okay, pause for a sec, because we're gonna I need to, what am I doing? Infinite tier 3. So, I was looking around for my phone because I'm expecting to get the call for my emergency super duper delivery, but I've woken up at 3 p.m. and I'm like, okay, the phone's not here. So, I look everywhere and I'm like, oh, I must have left it in the bathroom or something when I was sleepwalking. So I'm looking in the bathroom, I'm looking through all my cupboards, I'm looking everywhere, and then I'm like, this is fucking stupid. So I like move all the cabinets in my fucking bedroom, and I lift up the mattress, and then I'm like, fuck this. So I take the mattress off the bed, and I move the bed frame, and I'm like, this is stupid. And then I'm like, I grab my window and I open it, and I wouldn't have been able to get my phone out the window. And then I'm like, it must have gone out the other window. So I emailed my father to ring the phone, and as I did that, I was tracking my phone, and it's like 2 streets away. It's like a block away, man, or whatever the fucking American phrasing would be. It's like 2 streets away, and I can see the address and where it is. So before I'd done that, I'd looked outside my apartment to see if it was on the floor, and it wasn't. So I got ready again, and I go through, just go to this street, and I went through every fucking shop, and I'm like, I tracked my phone. Have you heard about a lost phone or anything? And they're like, nope. And I must look like a fucking weirdo because I'm wearing like half my pajamas and a random hat and a fucking face mask. And I go into like some Asian nail salon with all these cute ladies, and I'm like, damn, you see my phone, ladies? And they're like, nope. And then they're like, can we take your number in case we find it? And I'm like, just leave. I'm like, you must be on something. And then I come home, and I have an email from my dad who's rung the phone. I've tracked it, and I can see where it is, kind of. And I did the shit where you lock it, and then you type a PIN number so no one can get in. And it's like, do you want to erase your data? And I'm like, probably not. And you can ring it, and it's like, this phone's going to ring as loud as it will go so you can find it, right? So this guy who my dad emailed me, and he's like, right, Steve's got it. He's on the 3rd floor of this place. Go find him. That guy's got object. So I go, and it's just some fucking office, and the guy's like, oh, here's your phone, man. And I'm like, how the fuck did this guy get my phone? I literally sleptwalked and threw my phone out of the fucking window while I was asleep. And I don't remember doing it. That's my story. I don't have a 3070 because I threw my fucking phone out of the window while I was asleep. I'm not even joking. And then I felt like some kind of fucking dumbass detective going around the city asking random stores if they have my phone. These people are in for a treat. It's not a Nokia. It actually survived. It hasn't cracked or anything. It's completely fine. My phone is completely fucking fine. So yeah, so I called the woman back who had authorized the emergency super duper delivery, and I was talking to her, and when I talked to her before, I was really pissed off, and she wasn't giving me anything. She wasn't helping me at all. But I was like, oh, I remember you. We talked yesterday, and I was being really nice, and she was like, oh no, I don't think we did talk. And she went through the files, and she was like, oh, we did. How did you remember? And I was like, oh, you helped me out, and I was like trying to be nice to her, and I was like, hi, can you like reschedule that for tomorrow? And she's like, well, we're not supposed to because after 3 days it gets sent back. And I'm like, oh, well, my phone got stolen. And she's like, oh, okay. And she was being really nice because I remembered her or some shit. And she was being really fucking nice. And she's like, oh, we'll get it sent back. We'll get it reposted and everything. So it should come tomorrow. But my phone got stolen, guys. No, I didn't. I mean, I didn't tell her that. I'm not embarrassed about it, but I don't know how to stop it. I don't know how to stop it. It's like something at a fight club or some shit. Like, I don't remember throwing my phone out of the fucking window, but I've done similar shit before.